Good morning. Welcome to Active Aging with Barb. My name is Barb Eisenberg. I'm a physical therapist assistant and also a licensed massage therapist. I work with the team at Therapy at Home, where our passion is to inspire seniors like you to live happier, healthier lives so that you can age successfully and independently with a positive attitude. So together we can create possibilities as we get older and better. We all have to get older. We can't do anything about that, but we can also get better. We have the power to change our lives and change our bodies. So May is Arthritis Awareness Month. That means I'm going to talk today for a few minutes about arthritis, and then for about 25 minutes we're going to get moving, trying to mobilize as many joints as possible. Arthritis affects the joints. Mobilizing the joints is one way to help manage arthritis and prevent arthritis. So that's what we're going to do. 25 minutes mobilizing our joints. So this information I'm presenting today is for educational purposes only. It's not meant to diagnose or treat a specific condition. If you have questions about your own body, make sure you check with your healthcare provider because they know you best. So why should we be concerned or want to know about arthritis? Lots of people as we get older have some type of arthritis. There's lots of different kinds of arthritis. There's gout, there's psoriatic arthritis, there's lupus. All of these are types of arthritis. The most common ones, and the ones I'm going to talk about today, are rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. So rheumatoid arthritis comes on fairly suddenly. It happens over weeks or months that it develops. And it's actually an autoimmune disorder where your body is attacking itself. And it attacks that synovial membrane around your joint. There's lots of inflammation, there's swelling, there's redness, and there's stiffness. So it can be very painful. And it happens in many joints, often in the spine, in the shoulders, in the hands, and in the feet. With osteoarthritis, it develops over a much longer period of time, over many years usually. And it's due to the degradation of the cartilage in your joints. So there's less of that material to help make that connection between two bones nice and smooth. So if you have less cartilage, the joints aren't going to move smoothly across each other. But again, there's some pain and there's stiffness involved with the osteoarthritis, usually. So both of these conditions cause pain. They can cause loss of range of motion. They can cause weakness. But there's many ways that we can manage these diseases, these conditions, and we can treat the pain and the stiffness. And I'm going to talk about 7 ways that you can do that. So number 1, mobilize your joints every single day. You can do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays by moving with us like you're doing today. That's great. There's lots of other ways you can do that, but try to mobilize as many joints as possible every day. Number 2, work in your comfort zone. So don't try to move past the point where you're really getting into a painful situation. Number 3, manage your pain. So if you manage your pain, sometimes you need to check with your doctor or your healthcare provider. Sometimes heat is the best thing for it. Sometimes cold is the best thing for it. Sometimes you need an over-the-counter medication. Sometimes you just have to get moving slowly and warm up your joints until they start feeling better. If you can manage your pain, that's going to prevent guarding. When you guard, that means you're not moving as far. That leads to increased stiffness, less range of motion, and it also leads to weakness because if you're not moving as much, you're not using those muscles as much, those muscles are going to weaken over time. Number 4, manage your weight. Every pound that you gain increases the compression forces on your joints much more than just 1-to-1. So really try to watch what you eat and keep moving so that you can manage your weight and keep that force, that increased force off of your joints. Number 5, practice good posture. Good posture helps. You're using your muscles, you're reducing the pressure on your joints just by standing and sitting up nice and straight, using your muscles rather than your joints to support you. Number 6, Be active. And the activity should be a low impact activity to reduce the force on your joints. So that means walking, bicycling, swimming is great. Tai Chi is a great type of exercise. Water aerobics, anything in the water is going to be great because you've got that water around you to support your joints and reduce the impact on them. And number 7, you may need an over-the-counter drug for pain reduction, or you may need to check with your healthcare provider to get a prescription for pain medication. If all these other things are not working to really manage your pain and to keep you moving, they kind of work hand in hand. If you don't move enough, you're going to have increased pain. If you don't manage your pain, you're not going to be able to move to lubricate those joints and keep those joints fluid and flexible and strong. So I hope this information was helpful to you. In our next video, we're going to talk about physical therapy and how physical therapy can help with the pain and the stiffness of arthritis. And we're going to get moving in a minute. But if you've never exercised or if you haven't exercised for a long time, before you start, you want to check with your healthcare provider and get the okay. If you start exercising and you start feeling symptoms like chest pains, shortness of breath, dizziness or lightheadedness, stop immediately and get checked out before you continue. All right, with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start always with a warm-up. Good warm-up is just to do a march. So we're moving knees, we're flexing our knees, we're flexing our hips. And then if you swing your arms, you get the shoulders and the elbows moving. Good job. You always want to start out easy till you get that blood flowing and that synovial fluid moving in the joints. If you can notice, I'm pushing off a little bit with my toes to get the toe joints involved. Remember, your feet are your foundation. So if your feet are not feeling good, it's really not good for everything that comes above the feet. So let's swing a little higher with the arms. Get that fluid moving, that blood flowing. Take a couple of deep breaths. Good job. And we're going to switch to kicks. So kicking out in front. Kick, shifting one foot and the other foot. So this works a little on your balance. And we're warming up this quad muscle because you're extending your knee. And it's good to get the arms involved as well. So swinging the arms. You notice it feels different with the straight arms, but keep them relaxed because we're still warming up. Kick and kick. Kick and kick. Swinging the arms, kicking with the legs. Good work. Kick and kick. Shifting the weight. Still activating those feet and those ankles. If you add a little bend in the knee, you'll notice it takes a little more effort. So it gets your heart rate up a little quicker that way. Now we're going to change it up and just kick across. So that activates your hip muscles in a little different direction. Your hips should move in all different directions, so we want to mobilize it not just back and forth, but all the way around. So we're kicking side to side. Don't forget the arms. When you're kicking, that means, and you're going to the side, that means you're getting some rotation around the middle. So that means you're getting the spine involved. Spine has many, many joints, and we need to keep mobilizing those as well. Very important to keep that spine flexible and pain-free. We don't want to have back pain. So keep it moving. Kicking across. All right, now we're going to go side to side. Side to side gets your hips moving in another direction. Breathe in deep. And bending the knees, getting those quads going. The quads are one of the biggest muscles in your body. If you activate them, it really helps pump the blood and the oxygen all around your body. And you'll notice it increases your heart rate. So you're working the heart muscle as well. Good job. Side to side. Side to side. Let's add an arm. Anytime you reach above your head or you add the arm movements, it's going to add to your efforts and increase the aerobic work that you have to do. So getting the heart rate up, and that's one of the best things you can do for your health, is to do aerobic exercise. Reach and tap. Reach. Now I'm going to do a tap. I was doing a side step, just changing it up a little bit. So tap with the toe, activating those toe joints and the calf muscles. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. Now let's go both arms. See what that does. Reach and tap. Breathing harder now. Really getting that blood flowing. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. If 2 arms is too strenuous, go back to 1. All right, now we're going to reach forward. Keeping the legs going. Reach and tap. This is more like a punch. So punch and punch. Rotating the shoulder a little bit. Good work. Reach and punch. We can do both. Now I'm doing more of a pulling motion. Reach and pull. Pulling back. So that's activating the back of your shoulder. Pull and pull. Almost done with the warm-up. Reach and pull. Pull. Working on that posture. Standing nice and tall. We're going to get ready. Next is going to be a figure 8 with the shoulder. All right, hope the shoulders are warmed up. We're going to take a bent elbow and make a figure 8. Starting small and getting bigger. So we're really mobilizing that shoulder joint. A lot of people have issues with shoulders. Doesn't matter what age you are. I'm going to keep the shoulders in good shape. Circle in one direction and circle in the other direction. Trying to also rotate around your spine, so you're loosening up the spine, the shoulders, and I'm bending when you get further down. Then you're getting the hips going too. Let's do other arm. So starting small, kind of leading with the elbow and the shoulder. So circle in one direction and circle in the other direction. Getting bigger and bigger, sweeping further down and further up. You can be a little creative with this one. Try to make a nice fluid movement. You should feel this all over. Hand, shoulder, back, legs. Let's try both arms together. So I'm turning sideways so you can see. Elbows back, up, coming forward, back, out to the side, up and around, back. So big circle forward and backward. Here we're really trying to mobilize the back. So arching your back and then arching forward, pulling your arms in front, back and forward, back and forward. For a lot of people, this is one of their favorite moves. Really helps mobilize your back, loosen up the back muscles. A lot of people have back pain. Should feel really good. Don't worry if you can't move as far as I am. Little by little, cell by cell, you can change your body just by moving it, asking it to do some work for you. It's that use it or lose it motto. If you don't use those muscles, they will get weaker and weaker. If you use them, they respond. They get stronger, more flexible. So let's go to the hip joint. We're going to start with the leg straight out in front, knee is straight, toe is pointed. Try not to use your chair so you're working your balance, and just lift. 2, 3, 4. You don't have to lift very high. 7 and 8, and flex it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go to the other side. Point the toe, knee is straight, and lift for 8, 7, working on posture, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and flex it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's go down to the calves and go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Try not to let your ankles wiggle. Up and down. So that means if your body is stable, you're working your core. Standing tall, shoulders back. Good job. And let's use your chair and just do a little extra work going up on one foot. So you're kind of doubling the work of that calf. Up and down. Up and down. One more. Good job. Don't need to have any weights. You're using the weight of your own body. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Really want to have strong feet to support your body. Good job. All right. Now we're going to go again with let's do a flexed foot. So up to the front and then up to the side. Don't have to lift very high. Up and other side. Flexed foot, up in the front, up to the side. Up and up, up and up, up. Try to balance. We want to work the balance reflexes. All you have to do is work them and they will get better. Just like a muscle, your balance reflexes will respond and get better if you work at it. All right, switch legs again. This time we're going to go front and circle around to the back. So you're making kind of a half circle. Straight leg in front, circle around, bring it forward. Circle around, bring it forward. So we're working the hip joint in all different directions. Try to stand tall, really lengthen. That means you're working your core. You don't have to do sit-ups. Just stabilizing your body as you move your legs around is going to work that core, all these muscles around the middle. So straight leg in front, circle around to the back. Front, circle around. Watch the balance. Circle around, trying to keep your leg as straight as possible. Front, circle around. Good work. A few more. Front, circle around. Front, circle around. Good job. All right, we're going to do arms straight out to the side. So we're working the shoulders and working the back. And to bring the wrists in there too, keep your fingers flexed up. So we're really stretching here, working the back of the wrist. And then trying to bring your shoulders, your arms behind your back, behind your shoulders just a little bit to really strengthen the upper back muscles, working your posture. Good job. And 8. Good job. Okay, back to hips. This one you might need your chair for it. You're going to go with a bent knee, heel pointing back, and just pushing the heel behind you. Working the back of the hip, the glutes, Really important muscles for going upstairs. Really great place to work. So you're just pressing a little bit. It's not a big motion. Knee is bent. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. I'm going to move my chair just in case. Knee is bent in line with the other chair, so you're not swinging back and forth. Everything else is stable. You're just moving this part of your leg backward a little bit. Really important to stretch out the front of the hip. So back of the hip is working, front is stretching. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really feel it working. Those are glutes, really important muscles for getting up and down off of a chair, off a couch, out of the car. All right, let's move on. So we're going to start, we're working the back of the arm. We're going to push to the front, push to the side, pushing down, pushing front, pushing side, pushing down. A few more, and then we'll bring in the legs. You want to work not just one muscle group, but multiple muscle groups, so we get double benefit. Now let's push up and forward, out and down, up and forward, out and down. All right, let's do a little squat here. So toes are pointing out. Whenever you do a squat, you want to engage your glutes so that your back is straight. Your toes are turned out, knee stays over your ankle, not going over your toe. And we just go down and up. Lower, oops, working the balance as well. All right, lower down and up. Lower down and come up. So you contract in both directions. Lower down and stretch up. Good job. Working these quads, working the glutes. And up. So now we'll go down, reach up, and reach up. Reach up with one as you go down, reach up with the other as you come up. And up. Now let's reach in the front. So now we're working core and we're working legs and we're staying down. 4. Now reach behind. Reach behind. Really working the core. You're going to start to feel a little burn in your legs. So try to stay down. Reaching forward. Working the shoulders. Reaching out and out. And reach up and forward. And forward. Down and down. Try behind. That's a tough one. And behind. And out. And out. Reach up one more time. Reach forward, forward, down, and down, out. Oh, I'm out of order. And back, and back. Come on up. Good job. Shake out those legs. It might be burning a little bit. Perfectly normal. It's just the fatigue in those quads. All right. So we're going to do a little lunge to the side. So knee over ankle, back leg is straight, turning to one side, elbow to knee and reaching up and out to the side. And then come up. So as you lean over, you're engaging the core muscles, holding that nice long line from your heel up to your fingertips. And pull back. Reach over, then we're also loading up the quad. Coming up, reaching over. Coming up. You can lean on that leg if you need to, or if you want more work, you can reach with both arms, really loading up. You're adding an arm, that's more weight for your core to hold up, and it's more weight for that leg to hold. Let's do other side. So turn your toes, other direction, bend that front knee. Start by leaning on that leg, coming up. So you're loading that quad, coming up, reaching over, coming up. Good job. So you're lengthening and strengthening. Here we're lengthening, but also strengthening the core. And then if you want to add the other arm, reach with both. Coming up. 2, we'll just do 4, 3, and 4. Good job. All right, we'll do a couple of mini lunges to the front. So step and bend, come back, step and bend, working that quad again. 3 and 4. Other side for 4. 1. Watch that knee, keep it over your ankle. 2, 3, also working balance. And 4. Good job. I'm going to use a chair for a couple of stretches, stretching out some of those muscles we worked. So you can put your foot up or put it on the ground and turn your toe in and out, then come forward. You can bend your standing leg, bend at your hip joint, and come forward to stretch that hamstring, that large muscle in the back. And turn your toe out, still coming forward a little bit. Feel that strong stretch along the outside. That's your IT band. Stabilizes your knee, but it needs a little bit of flexibility to prevent pain. Good job. And other side. So foot is up and bending your supporting knee, coming forward, bending at the hip joint, not rounding the back. That's where you get the best stretch for that hamstring. And you can point and flex. You can go in and out to get all different parts of that hamstring. And turn the toe out to get that IT band, really important, along the outside of that thigh. And hold for a few seconds. And coming up, back to mobilizing some joints. So you might want to hold on to your chair. We're going to do knee in and knee out. Really working that hip joint in all directions. It really should be able to move not just forward and backward, should be able to move in a total circle. Really complex joint. You want to keep it mobile in every way you can. And when you're mobilizing your hips, you're reducing pressure on your lower back. Anywhere you have some kind of a blockage or a stiffness or where you can't move a certain part, you're going to stress everything that's around that. So if you have tension in this part of your back, everything above and below is going to have a little extra stress on it. So you really, another reason to mobilize all of your joints is to reduce the pressure on the other parts. Circling your knee goes in and the knee behind, front and behind. Really should feel good on that hip joint. Knee in, knee behind. Really mobilizing that joint. Good work. Now we got to move to the neck joint. So we're going to rotate and rotate. Rotate. Some of these movements you just don't think about. And you want to mobilize as many joints as possible. And then make a circle. And a circle in the other direction. And let's do some fingers. So fist, fast, out and in with your fingers. Even just a few minutes of some of these exercises will really help reduce that pain and stiffness in your fingers. I've been doing this more often lately, and it's really helping. Then you can press on each finger. Each finger should be able to move individually. Good work. And wiggle. Wiggle out. So you're getting shoulders now and fingers. and wrists. Good job. Doesn't take much, starts to ache a little bit. That's just strengthening those wrist muscles. And shake it out. Let's stretch out the calves. So reach your toe back and try to press your heel into the ground with a straight leg. That's getting the gastroc, the large calf muscle. You might also feel it in the front of your hip if you bring your hips forward a little bit. So calf and front of the hip. Then if you shift back, bend your knee, then you get the Achilles, that short calf muscle, the soleus. Good work. Other side, reach back with your toe and then try to press your heel down. Getting that long calf muscle. Knees should be as straight as possible. And breathe. Then shift back to get that short calf muscle. You want to work both of them to really mobilize the ankle and keep your feet pain-free. The soleus wraps into your foot, so if that's tight, it could cause some foot pain. Straight again and back. Let's just do a little balance work, a little extra balance work. We're going to step and lift, step and lift. You're trying to hold for just a second. So you're really standing on one foot. If you need that chair in front of you, use that chair. But eventually, you want to be able to hold standing on one foot for a few seconds. Goal is to work up to maybe 30 seconds just standing on one foot. And that in itself is a great exercise. So standing on one foot, then you can increase the speed. It's actually easier to go faster. And let's go forward and backward. But the standing on one foot exercise increases the muscle strength, and actually they measured if you do it 3 times a day for 1 minute, standing on one foot, actually increases bone density in your hips. And we all need to have strong bones. We're switching feet. Strong bones as we get older, so if we do happen to have a fall, we don't break anything. So keep those bones and muscles and joints especially strong and healthy. And you can stay at home, independent, doing the things you like to do. Let's end with a couple of deep breaths. And blow it out, releasing any extra tension. Deep breath. Blow it out one more time. Deep breath. Blow it out. Thanks for joining me. This is Barb Activating with Barb, and I'm with Therapy at Home. If you have any questions about physical, occupational, or speech therapy, go to our website, tahcares.com. See you next time.